This video is going to show you how to change attribute settings in TUVA. When you open a new data set, it's always good to look at the attribute list on the left for a few minutes and explore the attributes to see what kind of data you have. Here's the drinking water data set, and if you submitted a well water sample, one of these dots in the display area represents the well that you submitted. Over here on the left are the attributes. The first several attributes tell about the sample that you submitted, where it was, what your school name was, and your longitude, approximate longitude and latitude, and your unique observation ID number. The next several attributes give information that you submitted on the form. So what kind of well do you have? Where in the house was the sample taken? And did you have a previous arsenic test? And these final bunch of attributes, these are all the elements that the lab measured for you when you sent your sample in. So we're probably most interested in arsenic, since this is an arsenic project. So let's click on the pencil icon beside arsenic, and that opens up the attribute settings for arsenic. And from this attribute setting window, we can tell the attribute name and the units that the arsenic's measured in. TUVA reads the arsenic data as either categorical or numeric data, and so since the arsenic numbers are all numbers along a scale, TUVA reads this as numerical data. And they're in ascending order, and TUVA has assigned a color to arsenic. You can change that if you want by just clicking on the color box and changing it to a different color if you want. It also tells us that one case in this whole data set is missing arsenic data. Down here, it gives the range for the arsenic values. So wells had all the way from 0 arsenic in them to the highest count was 233.96 micrograms per liter. And again, I got the units from the title up here. So this attribute settings window lets you see what kind of data you have. Let's go back to the attribute list and let's look at another attribute. Well, let's see, well type. Let's just see what that means. Okay. That means, was it a spring? Was it a drilled well? Was it a drilled well that's usually more than 50 feet deep? Driven well? I don't know. These are all categories that come under the type of well. Let's go back to the attribute list and let's take a look at SEPA school name. So we have all the schools that are in the arsenic project here. And here's where we can decide to eliminate some of them. If we only want to ask a question about 1 or 2 schools, we can clear everything. And let's just check a couple of schools here, Pinkerton and let's say Waterville. So with those schools checked, we can now go back to the attribute list, and you can see when you put SEPA school name on the axis, it's only going to plot data for Waterville High School and Pinkerton Academy. We can also click once on the SEPA school name attribute, and now we get a legend over here that is just for the 2 schools, Waterville and Pinkerton. The next video is going to show you a little bit more about how to filter data a few other ways. Okay, thanks.